I would like to touch on this whole entire Gotham Knights drama between, you know, the developer at I'm thinking Rocksteady, between them and WB Games. So this is what I feel like this guy wanted to actually make you know, Gotham Knights, because what the stories that's been going around that is that the guy that called the Xbox Series S a potato is pretty much outperforming the two big dogs. So the little dog is outperforming the two big dogs, the Xbox Series X and the PS5. So another content creator had said something along the lines is yeah man, I just feel like either you're not talented enough, or basically you just don't feel like doing it. You don't want to put the time and effort in to basically work on the frame rate to make these games better. Because I don't understand, if someone can fix something, I feel like they can break it. So if you made the game, basically what I'm saying, if you made the game, you know how to fix it. You get what I'm saying? Why do you feel like you have to knock the game or say these little nasty little slurs and remarks due to the fact that you're clout chasing? You get what I'm saying? You probably feel left out, or you feel like the studio have done you wrong because they didn't let you work on this game. They didn't let you work on this AAA banger. Are you in your feelings because of that? That's something that just was bothering me, make me feel like this guy was mad at Gotham Knights. You know, mad and saying these little nasty things about them, pretty much their work, which is, if I was Gotham Knights, I would clap back at that guy. Because first of all, you're messing up my bag. You're turning my fan base against us. They're turning against DC and Batman and the Knights because of his remarks. The game may not even do good. People may boycott and blackball this game due to the fact that this Decepticon decided to go out there in these gaming streets and get in his feelings, and you know you were going to get tore apart by the gaming community, the content creators, and then you're going to have other devs and developers kind of back it up and kind of say, you know, well, you got one side saying yes, it is hard to develop for the Xbox Series S, and then you got other ones saying, well, it's a little more work, but it still can be done. You know, it still can be done. So you still can make games for the baby Xbox. That is the entry level of next gen, because most people out here, you got to think about it. Isn't this the same reason why PS5 went up, due to the fact that it's inflation? So by these developers, some of them are trying to say that, hey, we don't want to be held back. We don't want to make every game for the Series S. And I'm thinking to myself, like, wait a minute, time out. The Series S have outperformed the PS5 on a lot of different games at 60 and I think 120, running smooth, and with all the updates that they have been sending to that baby console. And you mean to tell me the Series S is holding back gaming? And you mean to tell me that the PS4 ain't holding back gaming? That ancient technology that's in the PS4, that's not holding back gaming? Come on, man, give me a break, bro. I cannot with some people, bro. Like, some people are just toxic, bro, for the industry. And if you're gonna come out and voice your opinion like that, the only thing I can come up with is that this guy was salty. He's a fanboy. You already know he's one of those ponies. He's got to be a fanboy, bro, because you only targeted Xbox and you wanted this. So you mean to tell me this whole entire generation, that's been on your mind? That's been on your mind to say that. That's been on your heart to really, man, I just got to, throw this jab. I got to throw this dirt on Xbox name. And I know Uncle Phil is listening. I know word got back. Hey, wait a minute. Time out. Push the button. Uncle Phil like, push the button, send another update out. You don't think Microsoft, they build PCs for a living? This is what they do. They build consoles. They build chips. You don't think they know how to you don't think they know how to upgrade and update their own console? Like, that's just crazy, man. But I just had to touch on that, man, because it's just some people out here, bro. they are making it bad for gaming. Not only you got to deal with that Decepticon Jim Lion crying Ryan. Now you got to deal with developers. You know, and we don't even know how that's going to turn out now. Now you got other developers coming out saying that, trying to back him up a little, somewhat back him up. It's like they want to throw shade, but then they don't want to go the whole 100 yards with it. They want to go like 50%. They want to say, well, yeah, it is hard to develop. Like, they want to say something, but at the same time, they're going to be like, okay, well, let's get somebody in here that can do it. If you feel like you can't do it and you don't want to do it, we'll get somebody in that can. If you just want to throw in the towel and throw both of your hands up and say, no, I refuse to make games on the Xbox Series S, and I only want to develop them for PS4 Pro, PS5, and Xbox Series X. So you mean to tell me you're going to eliminate the S because you don't like Xbox? That's a fanboy. Come on now. You mean to tell me I see so many games on PS4 Pro that none of the Sony Studios developers are complaining? Not that I've heard. Now, we have had the gaming industry said that, hey, we're ready to move forward. We believe in generations. We need to move forward. We don't need to stay stuck in the past and keep making games for last gen. We need to be in current gen. They're slowing current gen down. And now Gotham Knights come out and we're, 3 years into the generation, and we don't have the frame rate and resolution right. A game that you guys push back to get right. So it's hard for me to look at Gotham Knights developers if you got WB Games and Rocksteady going at it. You got one of the developers, so-called artists. I don't know who this developer is, you know. But I think he deleted stuff and kind of tried to remove it so that people can't do a backtrack on him and kind of like call him out on it, you know, because he know the gaming industry. Listen, man, Xbox ain't messing around come next year, and they don't want nobody throwing dirt and salt on their name. You know, put some respect on Xbox name. They have only thing Xbox have been trying to do is bring the gaming community value with Game Pass. Day one game, something that Sony ain't trying to do. And then when you have like these idiotic game developers coming out, knocking the console, you know, trying to say their piece, trying to feel like, oh, you know, I want to say that I feel like PlayStation is better, but I can't really say that. So I gotta throw dirt on Xbox name. You know what I'm saying? So it's like low key hate, but they're really not trying to say that they're hating. And then they come back, they backtrack now. He moonwalked. This developer moonwalked back and try to double back and say, well, it's not all that bad. I'm just saying that it's harder to develop for it. And then you've seen the video. They come out and they do the benchmarks, right? And the Series S is running smoother than the PS5 and the X. The Series X. Now, you can't make this stuff up, bro. Like, come on now. Like, before you come out and you clout chase and you say these negative things and you try to knock something, make sure you do all of your homework first. You know, don't just come out just because you're a fanboy, you're a Sony pony. You know what I'm saying? My bad. You ain't no real pony. You are a My Little Pony. I had to rephrase that for a second. You are a My Little Pony. You know, you ain't even earned your wings yet. So you ain't got no room to talk. You got some big ponies. You got bigger ponies to worry about. So you ain't even got no room to talk, bro. Like, for real, you really don't got no room to talk, man. Like, just sit down and just develop. Just do your job. Basically, shut up and do your job. You don't gotta come out and be all salty all on Twitter, all on the articles, and the journalists are talking about it, calling this console a potato. You know what I'm saying? He ain't say nothing about that remake station over there with Sony got going on. He ain't say nothing about PS4 holding nothing back. The game was originally, I think, was going to come out on everything. It was going to come out on PS4 Pro, Xbox One, but they canceled it. They said we can't do it because the game, how pretty much powerful the game, how powerful the chips are going to have to be. You're going to have to run at a higher frame rate and resolution. And they made up all these excuses of why they can't do it. But yet and still, the baby Xbox is running smoother than the two big consoles. Yet and still, somehow, Santa Monica God of War managed to put God of War on PS4 Pro. And this is one of the best looking games in gaming right now. Hands down, God of War is a masterpiece. You don't tell me that it's running at a very high frame rate and resolution, that game. You don't think Horizon is running out even after the updates that they came out with, the patches and all that, the patch Horizon Forbidden West? So you mean to tell me those developers, they're not being held back? They're not having issues? So it's just ran butter smooth over there at those studios, right? But Gotham Knights, right, is the only one that's having an issue. That's what you're saying. That's pretty much what he's saying. Like he's trying to justify why it's not running smooth. And they had time to do it. They were just focusing on co-op. They was focusing on other things than resolution and frame rate. And the only way to hit the deadline was to pretty much cap it off and bring out a patch later on. So that's pretty much what they did. They capped it off at 30, and then they're gonna bring a patch out later on. Watch what I tell you. You think Megatron over there at Xbox is gonna let those Decepticons over there at Sony, these developers, hold back Xbox? Come on, man. It ain't gonna happen, bro. They're gonna patch it. So we ain't got nothing to worry about. I just wanted to touch on that, man, because that was just like, what was the point of that whole thing of you having to come out and just voice your opinion? That's what I want to know. What made you, what was your motive? What was your drive to say, you know what? I just have to get this off my chest. I have to root for that remake station, that other plastic box, that overpriced console on the other side, on the blue team. I have to be on Jim Ryan's side. I have to be a Decepticon today. I'm telling you, man, the gaming industry is crazy. This is something I ain't never seen before, man. This is something new that I'm trying to get used to, because when you see things like this, you don't know. I was like, every day in gaming, it's a new experience. It's gonna be a new article, a new journalist come out, say something crazy. Now there's developers coming out. Who gave them the right to it? Because you are actually knocking your own hustle. Because these studios are gonna crack down on it. They're like, hey, y'all calm down with all that. This is our money. We have spent years. We probably spent like 4 or 5 years making this game, and now you're about to mess up our sales because you let the game come out for like 6 months to a year before you decide to say something. By then you've been a major bag. Don't come out before the game drops and say something like this. That's just dumb, bro. Ain't no other way to put it. That was just dumb. I tell you, boy, these ponies, they come from everywhere. They're like little roaches. You can't get rid of them, no matter how much rage you use. So I'm gonna leave it right there, man. I just want to touch on that topic right there, man, because I just thought that was real toxic. So make sure you smash that like, that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you guys can be notified on all of the new latest and greatest news in these gaming streets. And if you like to jump into the PlayStation ecosystem or the Xbox ecosystem, make sure you smash that description, click those links in the description. And if you like to rent games on GameFly, click the link in the description as well. Peace.